Hey there guys, for Christmas I got my dog Gunner a brand new puzzle feeder. So I wanted to show you guys how we use it, and I'm pretty sure he likes it, so I wanted you guys to take a look at it and see what you think. Hey Gunner, do you want to come here and tell me what you think of the puzzle feeder? I know it's empty. Well, we'll fix that. So if you guys want to see that, you want to make sure to stick around. That's going to be coming up right after this. Hey there guys, this is Jack over at Hi Red Bird, where I am tirelessly working to find new ways to make the keeping of exotic animals and pets more exciting, more affordable, and ultimately more enjoyable. Now, recently, puzzle feeders for animals have become very readily available. They come in a wide variety of different styles, different makes and models. So I wanted to show you guys one that I got for my dog Gunner. Now, this is a pretty basic model. Most of the puzzle feeders that you'll find available will give you an idea of how involved they are. This was actually listed as a beginner puzzle feeder, and I'll tell you right now, when it comes to finding food, Gunner could probably work out differential equations if it meant that he was going to get a treat at the end of it. So something like this is going to be a pretty simple problem for Gunner to solve. And that is completely okay. The thing about puzzle feeders is you don't want them all to be the same level of difficulty. It definitely helps your animal if some days they really have to think about it and it's really challenging. And other days they can be an easy day. They can be a light challenge. And the thing is, with something like this, feeding your animal their basic diet. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys using just some of Gunner's basic dry kibble that he gets as part of his diet. That's going to make a massive difference just with their regular food. Now this one has two different areas where they can work. The yellow sliders just move back and forth. They have little areas to hide the food. And then the red little areas, they actually flip. So they can completely open, completely close. With those, you can hide much larger food items because you have a lot more room. The sliders obviously have to be able to close completely. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind before I show you guys how this works. First and foremost, if your animal has never had anything like this, if you don't know how they're going to do with it, you definitely want to make sure you supervise them the first time they get it. Gunner is actually a pretty prolific chewer. So one concern I might have is if he is starting to chew on the edges of this, he would probably have no problem breaking apart pieces of plastic. Ingesting plastic could be a very, very significant problem. So just supervise your animal to make sure that what they are getting is not going to be harmful. It's definitely going to be appropriate for them. You may need to tailor your approach with something like this. Maybe you need to start with it fully open so the animal starts to associate this with food before you start gradually closing them up. As you get more advanced, you don't have to fill every single pocket. Maybe you close all of them up and only 1 or 2 out of the 6 have the food in there for your animal to find. So that's just a couple of things to keep in mind. If you guys like this exact one, I will put a link to this in the description section down below. But like I said, they're pretty commonly available. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into Gunner getting one of his favorite toys, which realistically is any toy that incorporates food. Now, like I said, I'm going to be filling this puzzle feeder just with some of Gunner's basic kibble. So I want to start by just opening up all of the areas, the red flips, the yellow sliders, and then filling it in with that food. When you are first starting out, you definitely want there to be more places where the food is hidden. And you also want to make sure that you have the appropriate amount of food in each of the different areas. The yellow sliders you do have to be careful with. If there is too much food in them, they can actually get wedged shut. The red ones now can hold a lot more, and they also have those little paw print openings so the animals can more easily smell and see the food that's inside of it. Putting some food on the top or just around it helps encourage a new animal to explore it. Now, Gunner, of course, needs no such introduction. He is very, very excited about the food. He did go for what was on top first, but of course, he came over and had his butt blocking the entire camera, so I was unable to get that footage. But as you guys can see, he will go right ahead, and he has no problem with either of the openings, either the red flips or the yellow sliders. He will sometimes use his paws, but he mostly does it with his nose, just snuffling around, moving things around. And so he can get to it pretty easily. Now, one thing I do like about this toy, it is pretty sturdy, so it is actually holding up to Gunner pretty well. You want to be careful. There are some available that are going to be a lighter weight plastic. Your animal could a lot more easily take them apart. You don't want that to happen. But as you can see, it's a very, very rewarding activity. So I certainly hope this gives you guys some ideas. You consider this for your own animals. If you like this idea, go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit like on the video, and definitely say hi to Gunner in the comment section down below. And he is going to wait for me to go ahead and put some more food in his puzzle feeder. I do need to say a special thank you to my patrons on Patreon. By signing up to support this channel, they help me make more tutorials and videos showcasing animal care possible. If you'd like to find out more about subscribing to my Patreon, you can find the link in the description section down below. Thanks so much.